Welcome to Fabulosity for You, and my name is Angie. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please click the subscribe button, then click the notification bell so when I upload videos, you will be the first to know. Like this video and make a comment. This channel is about fashion, relationship advice, and lifestyle. And this is not your first time visiting my channel. Well, welcome back, my queens, and welcome to the kings, and welcome to all of my fabulous ones. Welcome. Today, I'm going to be doing celebrity gossip. Oh my God, it's so much going on in the YouTube streets. I'm going to be talking about Ray J and Prince's love, 50 Cent and Diddy, Kandi Burrus and Todd Tucker, Tamar Braxton and Funky Dineva, and I'm also going to just mention Porsha Williams. So let's get right into this. But before we do, go get your drink of choice, go get your snack of choice, and come back and sit with your girl Angie. Text, email, call. You better stick a letter in a bottle, baby, and let everybody know that Angie is on the line. So let's get right into this. It's so much to unpack. Okay, so I'm just going to mention Porsha Williams. Porsha Williams, around the holidays, came out, guys. And if you don't know who Porsha Williams is, she's from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Porsha Williams came out and said that, honey, she was in a relationship with a woman. That's right, with a woman. She just got divorced, okay, from her husband, ex-husband, Simon. And now she is in a full-blown relationship with a woman. Am I surprised? No. Porsha Williams have always said that she was into girls. Always. So it's no secret. And so I'm not surprised. And nobody is really surprised. But sometimes, I hate to say it, but sometimes women, when they've had broken hearted, it's not over. I can smile again. That's by Brandy. Anyway, a lot of women that have had broken hearts, sometimes they have broken hearts after broken hearts after broken hearts. They end up going into a relationship with a woman. I just hope that this is not a fad of hers. I really don't think so. Some people say they bisexual and get with the same sex for clout, but I don't think that's Porsha Williams. I think she really loves women. She's always made it known. And so if this is going to make her happy, then by all means, I'm happy for you, Porsha. And I hope that you and your new girlfriend are going to, I hope she's going to be with you on the Atlanta Housewives, and you guys talk about it and show your relationship and be proud of it. So, congratulations to you, Porsha. Okay, so we're going to get into Ray J and Prince's love. So Ray J, as you guys know, Ray J is an idiot, okay? He's been all in the blogs, acting a fool, talking crazy. Okay, so on Thanksgiving, he and his ex-wife, Princess Love, got into this big fight. And they always put their fights on the social media, which to me is crazy. Supposedly, she decided she wanted her kids to see her father on Thanksgiving. So she went over there with her cousin and bought the kids. I guess they all was drinking. And the video clip they showed, Ray J was saying to Princess, listen, you've been drinking, you're drunk. I don't want you drinking and driving with my kids. You can't leave this house. You're not taking my kids nowhere. And he said, you always drunk. Get yourself together. And he looked drunk. Okay? They both looked drunk. And so she said he pulled out a powwow, honey, on her and the kids and everybody in the house they were in. And she ended up calling the cops. Now, in the clip, you don't see him pulling out a powwow. She's saying it, you just pulled the powwow out. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But we know he did, because he said to somebody else that was there, I don't know who it was, I put the powwow out on you too. So that showed he pulled it out. So, of course, they called the cops. The cops come and took Ray J to jail. Now, this is what I think. I feel like Ray J needs to get himself together. He admitted on the Breakfast Club and a whole lot of different interviews he's done that he do drugs. And he has admitted he has done drugs like for a whole week at a time in Las Vegas, and that's all he do is drugs. So this man is addicted to drugs. He's a drug addict, and that's why, and I'm going to put allegedly, okay? But that's why he be making all these crazy moves and doing all these things. Now, she was married to the man, so she know what time it is. So why are you going to take the kids over there? This man needs to go to rehab, okay? And if he can't do rehab, then guess what? You don't need to come around him or the children. And that you need to go to court for that. So you go over there knowing he is always on 10, and then you go drink with him. Okay, knowing it's going to get into a fight. They always fighting. And the sad thing about it all, the kids are always around, and they always in the video crying. How terrible. I feel so bad for her children. You know, if you don't have enough sense to just leave Ray J where he at, get you a court order and say this man needs to go to rehab, get it together before he is with my children, with our children. So I'm going to have to put some blame on her too. Quit going around him and with the kids. And if you're going to go around, don't drink with him. He should not be drinking and you should not be drinking. But I really feel bad for the kids, and I'm glad they arrested him. And he needs to get it together. Okay, so we're going to go ahead on to 50 Cent and Diddy. Okay, so 50 Cent is doing a documentary called Sean Calls The Reckoning. It has four, I guess it's season 1, started December 2nd. And he is the executive producer of a 4-part Netflix documentary. So Netflix basically teamed up with him, or he teamed up with Netflix, and Netflix gave him the footage of Diddy before he went to jail, leading up until he was arrested. Now they showed clips of it, and everybody was like, why would 50 Cent is just a messy Betty, because why do you keep going after Diddy? Okay, back in the day, I told you guys this before. Diddy did not want to sign 50 Cent to Bad Boy Entertainment, and he never forgave him for that. And plus he said Diddy always act like he was taking him shopping and playing like he wanted to get with him, and he didn't appreciate that either. But at the end of the day, they showed clips of Diddy in Harlem, riding around Harlem, getting out, shaking everybody's hands, giving people hugs, then jumping back into his vehicle, and it was like, oh my God, I done shook all these hands. I need to wash my hands. I done hug these people from Harlem. I need to jump in the tub. I need to take a bath. So there was, it looked like he was a trip, and we know Diddy is all about himself and all of the things, but that has nothing to do with his trial. It's just showing him in the bad light. Then they show him going back and forth, talking with his lawyers, trying to, put a case together, and a strong case for him. And then they show where he's saying he's going to give Biggie this big funeral, and it's going to be fabulous, and it's going to be this. And then when he saw how much it was costing, he said, no, Biggie going to pay for his own funeral, and took it out of the money that Biggie had, which is terrible. Because if you say you're going to do something, then do it. We all know he had the money, and Biggie was supposed to be his best friend. But as we all know, as we got to know to a certain extent, Diddy during his trial, is that Diddy is for Diddy. All right? Diddy don't love nobody but Diddy. And so is it surprising that he did that to his best friend Biggie? Absolutely not. He didn't do his family right, his kids right. And so, this is why he's in the situation he was in, honey. Because at the end of the day, baby, when you dig a grave for somebody, dig too, baby, because you're going to be jumping in the grave yourself at the end of the day. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. So he's sitting behind bars. Okay, so everybody is saying that this is going to be really entertaining. As I said, it began December 2nd. It came out on Netflix. I have not had a chance to watch it. But when I do watch it, I'm going to talk about it, okay? I'll do a video and talk about it. I'm going to do a review. So Diddy's lawyers are pissed off because they said, if you're going to do it, fine, but at least talk with us about it so we can tell you what's true and we can tell you what's not true. So they didn't do that. And so Diddy's team is going to sue. All right. So then we're going to go head on to Kandi Burrus and Todd Tucker. Oh, wow. Kandi Burrus came out last week saying she is divorcing Todd Tucker, her estranged husband. Now, is this surprising? No. Okay. Kandi and Todd had not been getting along for a long time. I've watched their videos that they have, and Todd felt like Kandi saying in the that he can't put his name, she won't put his name on a house that she purchased before they got married. And some people do that. Some people have properties they buy before they get married, and by law, I guess it depends on your state, but by law, that property is yours. You don't have to split it. But they got married, and most people, they get married and they move into a home with someone. They get married. They end up getting their name on the home. And Kandi refused to put his name on the home in this video I saw. And she said that if you want a home in your name, then you need to buy us a home. And he was like, well, I can't afford to get the kind of home you want. And she said, well, level up. If you can't afford it, then you can't have your name on it. And from that clip, I saw that Kandi basically married a man that didn't have the money that she had. He was a regular man. And after they got married, she was treating him like he was a servant. She didn't treat him as an equal. She's putting all these demands on him. Level up. He said she was saying, level up. If you can't afford it, then you can't have it. When she didn't marry a multi-million-dollar man. So, of course, he wouldn't be able to afford the type of home she would want. Her mama talked about him like a dog. She treated him like she was a servant, like he was a servant. And it said, some people were saying, I was listening to Tasha K on YouTube, and shout out to Tasha K. And Tasha K was like, she really didn't care about him like that. She really liked women. Now, Kandi has made it no secret that she liked women, okay? She's always said that. Now, when they first got married, Todd was saying that she wanted to have other women that she wanted to sleep with and wanted to have threesomes. He really wasn't down for that, okay? A lot of these celebrities are into threesomes and allowing their husbands to have sex with women and women having sex with women. And he wasn't about that life, but he finally said, okay. And of course he gonna like it. He's a man. And so Kandi has said that Todd was seeing other women behind her back. Now, how was he cheating on you and you let him sleep with the women you sleeping with? Make that make sense to me. See, some women are crazy. You allow another woman to come in your bedroom, then when he going outside outside sleeping with other women, then it's a problem. You know, to me, if you allow a man to sleep with another woman just because you slept with him, it's okay. So she should have never brought that into her marriage. But Tasha K said that she really liked women prefer women over men. And so Todd was like a beard to her, where she had for the, Kandi was on Atlanta Housewives, and for her to be successful on there, she wanted that life. She wanted to have the lifestyle that most women want, which is a big home, a nice husband, children, and look like her marriage is perfect, and they doing business together. And when the business flopped, then she started having a problem. Even she didn't want to be married no more to him. And okay, so she also had a prenup in place that she had did it right before the marriage, and it was on Atlanta Housewives. And it said that if they were to divorce, he would have to leave her home in 30 days. Now, I thought that was like bullshit. I didn't think that was cool. And so he didn't either. But he signed it anyway. Okay, so he left Kandi 6 months ago. So he didn't want her no more. Because he said, basically, she demasculated him. She didn't look at him as an equal. Anything he did in the prenup, it said whatever projects they work together and make money, they can split that. And he said everything he did, they still gave credit to Kandi. And everybody looking at him like he's nothing. Kandi did not want him to work. He was a producer on the Atlanta Housewives, and he quit his $100,000 job so that he can be with Kandi. And so he started just taking care of the kids while Kandi's on the road. She started singing with Escape to make money because the businesses they were doing together, they were opening up all these restaurants. She ended up flipping her paycheck from Bravo to her businesses, Tags, the old lady gangs, and she was opening up a whole lot of old lady gangs, which happened to be a jacked up restaurant where the food was terrible. People were complaining. Somebody got shot, and so they had to close it down, a location. Another location, the Board of Health had to close it down. So people started suing Kandi, and she got fired from Atlanta Housewives, and all that extra money she had, she didn't have. Okay? She was having to pay all these people and rent and all of the things. She put her money in, they did a play, and it ended up being a flop. She lost money. So really, the projects that they did together did not make it. And she started losing money. Okay? So she started back singing with Escape to get some more money. And so at the end of the day, Todd was like, he couldn't go nowhere. He couldn't do nothing. And she was just too overbearing for him and expected too much from him as far as a career, because he just was not in that arena. And so he left. So now he talks to his lawyer saying he wants full custody because he's always keeping the kids while she's on the road. And he said that prenup, he was under duress, so he won't have half of everything. So let me just say this. They've been married 11 years with 2 kids. Todd gonna get some money. All right? And so what she needs to do is not divorce him. Honey, don't divorce him. Don't sign no divorce papers because you're gonna have to give up some money. Okay? Just let him live his life and you live your life, honey. Period. And be married on paper. And you don't have to give up your money. But I don't know what's going to happen. I hope they can work it out because at the end of the day, they have these 2 beautiful children. But if she really want to be with a woman, then she got to live her best life as well. But I would be not divorcing him, because I'll be damned if I'm going to give him my money. I think he deserves something. He does, but not half. So, moving right along, the last celebrity we're going to be talking about is Tamar Braxton and Funky Dineva. 3 months ago, guys, on Celebrity Gossip, I was talking about Tamar Braxton and Funky Dineva when Tamar Braxton said she woke up in a pool of blood, and that night she had went out with Funky Dineva, who they supposed to be good friends, partying, and then ended up with her teeth knocked out and all kinds of stuff. And she said she woke up in a pool of blood and didn't know who did it. Well, Funky didn't like that because people started blaming him like he had something to do with it. And so they got into this big fight on social media. And the last thing he told her is, keep my name out of your mouth. Don't even do nothing subliminal. Because if you do, you're going to have a problem with me. And I'm going to tell all your secrets. I'm going to tell the tea on what really happened. And so, if you haven't seen it, go back 3 months on Celebrity Gossip and look at it. Now, let's keep it going. Okay, so I think it was last week, Tamar was on a podcast and she was sitting down in an interview, and the lady asked her, hey, what happened that night where you woke up in a pool of blood? She said, well, we can talk about it, but I really don't know what happened. I know that I had took my friend out for his birthday. I know that. I did that. Now, that's all she said, right? That implied Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva went off. Snapped off. Next thing you know, this is what Funky Dineva said.
That I'm still up in the air about how I'm going to respond to Tamar, okay? But Tamar recently did an interview with L'Oreal, and I don't know, she just did something I didn't like. Take a look.
Are you aware of what really happened to you?
No, I'm not.
Or can you talk about it?
I can talk about it, but I'm not aware of what really happened to me.
Yeah.
All I know is that I went to a friend's birthday party. I gave a friend a birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
You thought was your friend?
Well, we didn't even go touch on that.
Yeah.
I came home like I would normally do. Well, you kind of know the spiel. I come home, I'll take a shower, I'll wash my face, I'll come back in the kitchen. We'll have, have more.
Okay, so the rest of the interview is irrelevant. Tamar, I'm going to speak to you directly. I never wanted what transpired between me and you to transpire. I didn't. In this moment, it's still not something that I'm very proud of. And I honestly wish that I could go back a couple months and we could be in the place that we were before this happened. But what I can't tolerate is the sly shade, the sly messiness, and this thing that you do. You do just enough that when somebody calls you on it, then you can dip your hands back and be like, I didn't do nothing. What? I didn't do nothing. I didn't say the person's name. Okay, you started out with...
Are you aware of what really happened to you?
No, I'm not.
Or can you talk about it?
I can talk about it, but I'm not aware of what really happened to me.
Yeah.
All I know is that I went to a friend's birthday party. I gave a friend a birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, because I'm telling you to your damn face, you was a bold-faced, bald-headed, goddamn liar, okay? That night was never about me. You and Zoe and all the rest of them, y'all was looking for something to eat. Y'all called me and was asking me what was there to eat up in my direction. I said everything up my way closed. I was like, we could always go to Roof Chris. Y'all said, fuck it, meet me at Roof Chris. I met y'all at Roof Chris, you and Zoe. In comes walking Mendeecees and his homeboy. Okay, now this is the third time that me and you have been hanging out, and out of nowhere, here comes Mendeecees. Okay, now you can make of that whatever the hell you want to make of it. Okay, I was tired. I wanted to go home. Y'all said we going over here to Sauce in Buckhead. Meet us at Sauce. I said, y'all, I really don't want to go. I drive my car over to Sauce. By the time I get to Sauce, Zoe calls and says, Tamar said, just leave your car at her house and we're going to go to V12. I didn't even want to go. You didn't throw me no party, love. Why are you doing this? Why is it so important for you to create this narrative like you were doing something for a friend and a friend did you so wrong? Okay? So now you and Mendeecees sneaking and dealing around. Mendeecees was behind us at the V12. Okay? He just didn't want to walk in, or they had arranged it because he didn't want to be caught up all in the mix. If you were throwing Quentin a party, Tamar, the sign would have said Quentin. The sign would have said Funky Dineva on it. Okay? Now, in fairness, it was my birthday week, and maybe in your mind, you were saying, let's go out and continue to hang for your birthday, or it's your birthday, let's hang. But to create this narrative that you went to throw a birthday party for a friend and this friend did you so wrong, that's not right, Tamar, and it's not fair to me, and my feelings are hurt behind it. My feelings are really hurt behind you trying to create this narrative. And here is what the situation is, my love. For whatever reason, you being Tamar Braxton that you are, you like running to the internet and stirring up mess and confusion and drama. It's what you like. There is no real world where anybody busts out the front of their damn mouth and then start talking about they woke up in a pool of blood and they almost died. I did not play it in this interview, but at the time in which you went to the internet, you said you woke up in a pool of blood and almost died. In this interview with L'Oreal, you mentioned that you were home with David or somebody, and they said, we need to call the ambulance. And you were like, no, we're not calling no ambulance, which suggests to me that you did not almost die. Okay. But now, since you want to be like this, let's be like this. Part of the problem with this whole thing was, Tamar, is that I was never comfortable with the relationship that you and Mendeecees had in front of me, okay? All of that, you at the music video shoot in your booty shorts, sitting on top of him meeting us up at restaurants every time we met up, I was very uncomfortable with it. And if we gonna tell it, let's tell it all. So since you were throwing a party for a friend's birthday party, do y'all want to know why I did not get out the car and go upstairs with Tamar when we got back to her house? Because after her and Mendeecees got through kissing in the back of that goddamn car, I figured they wanted to be up there privately. That is why when we got dropped off at Tamar's house, I did not go upstairs. I got in my damn car and went home because you was sitting on his lap in that goddamn Uber and y'all ass was kissing, okay? And the shit made me damn uncomfortable, okay? Now, if anybody know who happened and what happened to your damn teeth, it's Mendeecees and his best friend, because they was the ones who went upstairs with you. Now, I don't know whether they was fucking your ass from the back and ran your head through the headboard or what, okay? But if anybody need to be investigated on what happened to you in your damn teeth, it need to be Mendeecees and his friend.
Okay, so I just feel like Funky did way too much. Because I don't care what he's trying to say. He was friends with Tamar Braxton. Tamar Braxton pulled out a bill that was over $3,000. Now, maybe it wasn't no party for him, but I'm quite sure she bought all the drinks, all the food, and he drank and ate too. Okay? So maybe to her that was a party, but he keeps saying it's not. Now, would I sit up and tell my good friend, or I don't care, a friend of mine business like that? Absolutely not. I believe he was telling the truth, but I believe that it was not warrant for that. She didn't mention Funky. She didn't talk about he did something to her. All she said was she threw him a party and he snapped off and spilled the beans. He wanted to do that anyway. He was very, very, very messy. I don't like what he did because regardless, his family's involved. Mendeecees has Yandy that's supposed to be his wife. I don't know, but they're supposed to be married. They have children together. Tamar Braxton has a child and her family. And you sitting up here clowning her like that because she said she had a birthday party for you? Girl, bye. And who are you to sit up and tell people business like that? So I don't know if he just want clicks and likes and make some money, because he definitely gonna make some money off this. But I thought that was terrible that he did that. I don't agree with what she did. That's really her business. But I don't agree with what she did. I don't like that she slept with a man that's married and have children and everybody knows his wife. That was wrong, okay? But to tell her business, I'm gonna say that's wrong too. So then Tamar says that she is going to sue him. It's not true, that he's making that up, and she's going to let her lawyer speak. Now, we all know Tamar is not going to sue him because he told the truth, okay? Then Funky gets back online and was like, you know what, you're common, you're a fish, and you're this, and you're nasty, and you're so common, and Tony Braxton wouldn't do that. I mean, who is Funky Dineva to judge anybody when he has the sugar boogers? He used to be all the time, nose always running on his show, and he will talk about it. He has stolen, allegedly, from people, from Michelle ATL, and you sitting up judging somebody when you can't judge nobody, girl. They say he gets so jacked up, and got the nerve to talk about somebody. So I don't like what happened. I don't like Tamar that she did that. I think that he just wanted to tell the business for the clicks and likes, and just to get back with her. I believe they were friends. I think she felt she did throw him a party. She had the bill to show it. So, you know, it's just really nasty drama. Unnecessary. But I loved it. I loved every bit of the drama, honey. I was sitting on my bed. I was like, oh no. If I had some curls, I would have been clutching it. Not Tamar. What? Funky, do tell. Do say. Funky Dineva. Girl, you had the tea. You was wrong, but you had the tea. But anyway, I don't know what's going to happen. Is Yandy going to put the pause? Or pay somebody to put the pause on Tamar? I don't know. That's Yandy's MO. She will pay people to fight you, honey. When she was on the show Love and Hip Hop, honey, she was paying people to fight Mendeecees' girlfriends, honey. She was paying people. So I don't know what's gonna happen with this story. Mendeecees and Yandy was already on verge of breaking up. Are they really gonna break up? I don't know. We have to see. But let me know in the comments what you think about 50 Cent trying to put a documentary, has put a documentary out on Diddy. Let me know what you think about Kandi Burrus and her husband Todd. Should he get half her money? What do you think about Funky Dineva spilling all the teas on Tamar? Let me know down in the comment. That's all I have. That's all I got. And I'll see you in the next video.